Hello, I just wanted to discuss today about the history of the current Telangana state and how it evolved from what we call the Hyderabad state and how the history, what all happened, what is the current Telangana, how it is related to the contemporary Telangana or the current Telangana, what we have got. So I've got a list of dates as in a timeline and a few names as in persons. So let's get to the timeline. The second in the timeline is 15th August 1947, which we all know is our Independence Day. Even previous to the independence, the British had already decided to go away. So on September 2nd, 1946, they started to form the interim government. So that's the first date to remember. And the second date is the 15th August 1947 when they actually left. And next comes the date is the 1st of February 1948. There is one more princely state called Junagadh in Gujarat. I'll come to that in there. That's on that day in February 1948. They did a plebiscite or a voting just to stay in India or not. And then fourth date is the 12th of June 1948 when the last British Governor General as in Mountbatten went. And then we had our first and the last Governor General as in C. Rajagopalachari. And then the 5th, 6th, 7th date, they are all close to each other. 11th September 1948. Jinnah, the Pakistan Jinnah died. And then the 13th of September 1948, an operation called Operation Polo was started by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. And then 17th of September 1948, it is the liberation or the Independence Day for Telangana. And then I'll just tell you a few names which you need to remember. The first among is Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and his close man in charge of organizing all these and getting all the princely states together, V.P. Menon, and as I've told you, the last British Governor General as in Mountbatten, and then our first and last as in C. Rajagopalachari, and then you have to remember these names as in Hari Singh, the king of Jammu and Kashmir, and then Mir Usman Ali, the Nawab of Hyderabad State, and then he is called, another one is the Mohabir Khinji. He was a Junagadh king. And the last name you need to remember is Qasim Rizvi, as in the Razakars. Okay. So basically, Hyderabad state was one of the very big states out of the 565 princely states. So once the British wanted to go away, as in even September 2, 1946, they started to tell all the princely states and the kings that they've given three options: either you join India or join Pakistan or declare yourself independent. So we all, as in mainly Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, started to speak to everyone and get them on board. So by the time of Independence Day 1947, most of them except three were on board: the Junagadh, the Hyderabad, and the Jammu and Kashmir. So briefly, Jammu and Kashmir was majority Muslim, ruled by a Hindu king by name Hari Singh. So he was not decided. So it took a bit of time. Finally, by the time he decided, the army was sent in, and then a bit of it was occupied, and then our smart first prime minister went to the United Nations, and then it is stopped there. And then Junagadh was an 80% Hindu, but the king was a Muslim, and he wanted to join with Pakistan, and he was having hectic parleys. And then Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel realized this on the 2nd of 48, on the 1st of February 1948, they did this plebiscite, and then immediately the king knew, and it's just a horrible history about what sort of a king he was, how many wives he had, how many children he had. He spent at that point of time about 17,000 pounds to get his two dogs married. And there is a huge book on this great king called Mohabbat Khinji, and he ran away to Pakistan. Okay, let's leave it there. So it was in about 1700s. Someone alien came around to Hyderabad, Golconda area, and they established their kingdom. And there were very, very small kingdoms in the part of that Hyderabad princely state. And then finally, they got hold of everyone. And then this Hyderabad state was established in 1700s. By about 1700s, by about 1910, the Forbes magazine was there. And the king or the Nawab of Hyderabad was in the top 100 of the top 10 of the richest persons with loads of wealth, loads of arms and ammunition, Kohinoor was from our state, which went to the British crown. So he was that rich. So if you divide, the state was in about 1.8 crores in all population. A crore were in Telugu, and about 40 lakhs were Maharashtrian or Marathi speaking, 20 lakhs Kannada, and then 20 lakh only Urdu speaking or whoever it is, but the 20 lakh control the whole of the population, whole of the police, whole of the taxation and system. And then Hyderabad, the old Hyderabad, if on the current one we can divide into 8 districts that fall into Telangana, 5 districts into Marathwada, which with the main base of Aurangabad, and then 3 districts of Kannada with their main base at Gulbarga. So that was how rich the king was. So what exactly happened was at around 1947, 3 out of the 565 have joined the union. So Nizam either wanted to stay away and did not want to sign this accession, wanted to join with the Pakistan, or he wanted to stay independent. He was sending a lot of feelers to Jinnah. He had already sent a lot of money. His money was transferred to England as well, and he realized that if he has to keep his state independent, then he created this, not his own army, called the private army, Razakars, and that was headed by this man called Qasim Rizvi. And then they were out of all these last 20% or the 20 lakh people. And this period in between 1946, 47, 48 of this 17 September 1948 was really, really horrible for Telangana. And a number of people have been killed. No history has, whatever I could find, has never clearly told what has happened. And the communists and all the common people had a huge, big role in fighting all these Razakars and the Nizam king. And finally, on that occasion, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was thinking about how to, because it was in the center of India and we couldn't in no way give it away to Pakistan. So he waited for the right moment, and on 11 September 1948, Jinnah died. So a couple of days later, immediately 48 hours later, on the 13th of September, the Indian police, they didn't never say army, it was a police action called Operation Polo, started from Aurangabad, Gulbarga, and then finally reached the Bolaram, got hold of this Qasim Rizvi, jailed him, and then immediately the Nawab Mir Usman Ali surrendered. And then you can see that famous pictures, I think on the same day or the next day, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel flew down to Hyderabad, and it was the Nizam who came in to receive him and then signed the Treaty of Accession, and that was how Hyderabad joined the Indian Union. Otherwise, it would have remained another state like what Bangladesh is today, in the midst of India, and then we'd have to take a visa. So now only 8 of those Hyderabad State districts still stay in Telangana. So few have got to Maharashtra, few have got to Karnataka. So in the recent Karnataka elections, where we were always saying the Kalyan Karnataka means part of that Hindu state, part of that Hyderabad state, which was influenced by the Nawab. So this is actually the story, who, in conclusion, we have never been told about what exactly Telangana was, what about this Liberation Day, how it all happened, what all the Nawab wanted to do, how difficult was it for 1 year for Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel to wait, and finally what he termed, how he did, and finally how Hyderabad signed this Treaty of Accession, and then we are now part of the Indian Union. Thank you.